Welcome to another deep dive. You guys, this time we're going to be looking at cannabis,
Oh, yeah.
animal husbandry.
This will be fun.
So this song's got, it's just classic cannabis, like super intricate lyrics.
Dense.
Yeah, and like really makes you think about, it's focused on technology and control and like the future and all this.
And like how that all ties in with society.
Right, and we were talking before the show started about how it's like he uses this song as a way to like work through his own anxieties
Absolutely.
about the world. And I mean, you hear that in the lyrics right away.
Totally, like right from those opening lines.
Yeah, he's crawling out the swamp.
Crawling out the swamp, which is just such a cool image, right? Like it really gives you that sense of struggle and like being an outsider.
Yeah, like he sees the world differently, and it's almost like he's got to fight to like get people to hear him.
And you know what else is interesting is that whole specialized clinics line for his lyrics.
Right. Like, what is he talking about there?
Right. I think it speaks to the complexity of his work, you know? Like he's acknowledging that not everyone's going to get it.
It's not for everyone.
No, it requires like a certain level of engagement.
It's like he's saying this is high-level stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we were talking before about his notes where he mentions feeling this disconnect between himself and his listeners.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like he knows his style is difficult and might alienate some people.
Yeah, but he's not going to change it to be more popular or accessible.
Exactly. He's sticking to his artistic vision.
Which you got to respect.
Absolutely. It's that authenticity that makes him so compelling.
And one thing that really comes through in this song is his anxiety about technology.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
There's this fear of like how it can be misused, like the whole sonic weapons thing.
Right. And that waving wand with dark power. Like, what's that about?
Like some kind of scary tech we don't even know about yet.
I think he's tapping into this feeling we all have about the weaponization of technology and surveillance.
Right. It's not just science fiction anymore. It's happening now.
Exactly. And, you know, it's not just about weapons either. He also talks about the economic side of things, you know.
Yeah, like compound finance rules and how America's so expensive.
It's that anxiety about being left behind, the growing gap between the rich and poor.
Like technology is making the rich richer and everyone else is struggling to keep up.
And that contrast between the gourmet lifestyle and having to haul at Jorge for financial help.
There's like two different worlds, right?
Totally. And it makes you think about how these themes are playing out in our own lives, you know, like, is technology connecting us or dividing us?
It's a good question. And how much are we willing to sacrifice for convenience and security?
You know, like all those apps that want your data.
It's something to think about for sure.
You know what else is cool about this song? Like he manages to talk about all the serious stuff.
Yeah.
But he still keeps his signature wordplay going.
Huh. Oh, yeah, totally. It's like he's always pushing the limits of language. Like take that line, my Godzilla, 4 winds is like 4 spinning dorsal fins. The water blow the glass out of your lens.
That's crazy. It like on one level, it's just this awesome image of Godzilla.
Yeah, like a force of nature.
But it's also a metaphor, right?
For what?
For his words. Like they're so powerful, they can like shake up your whole perception.
Yeah, shatter your reality.
Exactly. And he's not afraid to be like provocative.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
Like, what about that you can clean my cock with a bottle of Clorox line?
I know, right? It's so jarring.
Totally. But it also makes you think about, like, rebellion and control.
Right. Like he's taking something that's usually used to like put people down
Yeah.
and he's turning it into something powerful.
It's like he's saying, I'm not playing by your rules.
Exactly. I'm going to make my own rules.
And that whole thing about the bum-stickety blood clot vest?
What is that even?
I don't even know. Like, it's absurd.
Totally. But I think it's also about protection, like creating this armor.
Against the world.
Yeah, like the chaos of everything. It's like you need to be tough to survive.
And it's not all serious, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's humor in there, Dad.
And definitely. It's that balance that makes it so good.
Yeah, he's not preaching at you.
No, he's making you think, but also keeping it entertaining. And you know, there's that part where he talks about BMG merchants.
Oh, yeah, and smart contract purchase.
It shows he really understands how technology is changing the music industry.
Yeah, he's not just a rapper.
He's a businessman, too. He gets it. And it's not just about music either.
What do you mean?
It's about technology changing everything, like how we make art, how we buy and sell stuff.
Who has the power?
Exactly. But, you know, for all his bravado, he also shows some vulnerability in this song.
Really? Where?
Remember when he talks about being scared and wanting to avoid those specialized clinics?
Oh, right.
It's like he's afraid of being judged.
Yeah, even cannabis has insecurity.
It makes him human, right? Like we all have those fears.
That fear of being exposed.
Exactly. And I think it makes his work even stronger.
because it's relatable.
Totally. Like, we're all in this together.
And even with all the anxiety and fear, there's also this sense of hope, right? Like he's looking for meaning in all this chaos.
Yeah, like a determination to find a way forward, to not give up. He's trying to figure out how to deal with it all, you know? How to not let it get to him.
Yeah, to stay true to himself. It's like that line, anything's better than a Tyvek suit
Right. Like he'd rather take risks.
than be trapped.
Exactly. It's that whole crawling out of the swamp thing again.
Breaking free.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to conform.
He wants to make his own path.
Huh.
And I think it's through his music. You know, those certified referenced material of well-prepared bars. That's where he finds his freedom.
His art is his outlet.
His weapon.
It's how he connects with people.
And there's this interesting contrast he makes between, like, nature and human stuff, like the tall reeds.
Yeah, they're so delicate.
Right. Compared to, like, finance and tech.
Yeah.
Which seems so strong and permanent.
But are they, though? I mean, he talks about weapons going hot and
Yeah.
bodies float down the Chattanooga.
Whoa. Yeah, that's dark. Like a reminder that even the things we think are solid can fall apart.
Exactly. And, you know, in a world where tech is everywhere, that's kind of scary.
Definitely. It makes you think about, like, how much control we really have.
Right. Like, are we in charge of technology or is it in charge of us?
That's a good question.
Mm.
And it goes back to what you were saying earlier about how do we make sure tech empowers us?
Instead of controls us, it's about finding that balance right. Using it for good, but not letting it take over.
Yeah. Using it to connect and create, not to spy on each other and manipulate and all that.
And I think that's a conversation we need to be having, like, right now.
Before it's too late. It's like Canibus is warning us.
Trying to wake us up. He's like a prophet.
Yeah, he sees the danger, but he also sees the potential. Like, he's not just doom and gloom.
No, he's inspiring too.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're digging this stuff about Canibus and his lyrics, you should check out C Radio on Spotify and the Rippers Unite channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah, they do some awesome deep dives into hip-hop.
Really smart analysis. And as you're thinking about all this, remember that line, life goes by so fast. And death is like a fast-moving life raft.
Man, that's heavy. It makes you think about how precious time is.
Yeah, and how we should use it wisely. Make the most of it. Fight for what we believe in.
Leave the world a better place.
Well said.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It's been fun talking about this with you.
Yeah, this was a good one. Thanks for joining us, everyone, for another deep dive into the mind of Canibus. We'll catch you next time.